Hi, Jasmine. This is Kelsey, and I wanted to comment on your discussion board post. After reading it, it was very similar to my own post, and I found it to be very powerful in the way that you had really identified certain factors of where psychology could be helpful. And so I definitely wanted to continue to play off of those and, further promote your ideas as they kind of were along with mine. So the first thing that you did say was that the psychological theories may not have been explicitly based on these Christian principles, which is true. Maybe they did not say, hey, let's base this off of these biblical guidelines. However, the field of social work was based off of Christian principles. It actually started out through churches to create social welfare programs to help with low income and impoverished families. And it wasn't only until the early 1900s that it actually started to distance itself from religion and Christian ideas and moralities. So that is pretty interesting that while there's this big controversy over whether they should be integrated or not, the field of social work did begin with Christianity. Another thing that you had said was that psychology provides valuable insights to us in a wide variety of mental health issues. And I think that is true. Psychology helps us with modern times. It helps us to really apply some principles to what we're going through in the human world today, which is much different than when Jesus walked the earth. Things such as social media and stuff, we can have support groups and we can have guidance on how to really navigate those things, because technology isn't something that was discussed in the Bible on how to navigate. And while scripture is there and there are passages that can help us to really tell us how to act, sometimes it's easier for us to have people say, hey, this is going to be helpful for you for today's modern times, and let's look at it in a different light. You also talked about this holistic approach for psychology, which I 100% agree with. We are taught as counselors to, really dig and during these initial assessments into the whole person, including their spiritual factors. Yet then workplaces and policies prohibit us from being able to really explore that with them, telling us that they are separate and to refer out, which kind of is a hypocrisy, if you will. So I think it's really important that we acknowledge that this is part of that person, and we allow psychology to help them in that manner, because it is one of a foundation for that person. And then you also talked about psychology being a diverse field, which I agree. We work with a diverse number of people, populations, but we as helping professionals are also diverse. So we're diverse in who we are, but we're also diverse in the field. Where I'm a social worker, somebody else may be an LMFT or an LPC or an LMHT or all of these other things, and their education may be different than mine and diverse from me and what they've learned and what their experiences are. So I think it's really important for us to acknowledge that as well, that God created all of us in our uniqueness, and that God created us to be helping professionals. And that is valuable. And so to really have this integration and this knowledge of that and how God created each of us to be unique and to be diverse should not be dismissed. So again, everything that you had stated in your discussion board was beautifully written. It was very insightful. It was powerful. It was something that I truly agreed with and really found to be effective and making in my beliefs and helping me to really understand why psychology and theology should be integrated. So thank you for your post, and blessings for the semester.